Hello and welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, I don't know about you, but life at this time of year for us gets a little busy. There's lots of social events, and with social events often comes the request to bring a plate of food. So this month I have put together, for those of you who are over on my website, you would have got an email. I put together my top 16 recipes to help you in this crazy time of season. So some of them are sweet, some are savory, some are snacks, some are kind of main-ish kind of things, but they all are pretty simple, but also can be made in advance if you need to, and some of them are whipped up at the last minute. So for example, I actually used this yesterday myself. We needed to take afternoon tea to a friend's house, and I was like, what can I make? I literally had this already printed off because you guys know I'm such a visual person. I like to have it on hand. And I went, you know what? Let's do the cheese and bacon loaf. Now, I actually didn't use cheese and bacon dip in the middle. And I didn't use the standard, like it says, get a cob loaf. I made my own. I made the artisan gluten-free loaf. I turned it into a cob one. I did it in my Dutch oven so it became that circular shape. I'll put a photo up later on online so you can see. And then I used our favorite herb and garlic dip because I could just do that with my eyes closed. I didn't have to think about, do I have cheese? Do I have bacon? Rah, rah, rah. Does anyone not like bacon? All that sort of stuff. So it was amazing and it was easy. And that's why I put this together for you. You'll find so many of these on my website. So check out over there, Thermomixing Adventures. Go to the blog and you'll find old ones of these. You'll find quick dinners, easy snacks, healthy habits, all sorts of things, okay? But this month, it's all about those bringer plates, okay? I will put a blog up about this in the coming days when I've got a moment. So you will, if you missed it first round, if you subscribe, you'll get the update of the blog when that comes out. Today, I'm going to take you through the Sesame chicken nuggets because one of my kids, my 10-year-old, over the weekend actually made this for us as a family. He saw the printout and he went, oh, Mum, I want to make that. And we had chicken already open in the fridge. So he went and made it. Now, something I can already make a note on this recipe is the actual dusting, the stuff that you coat it in. It makes a lot. This is the leftovers after making already a batch. So straight away, I'm going to say to you, halve or quarter the amount of the dusting stuff. Now, we didn't use breadcrumbs. We used oats to make it less gluten, okay? It's the oats. There's an argument about gluten or no gluten in oats. We won't go down that path, but we can use oats in our home, okay? So we didn't use bread, we used oats in that place in this recipe. So let's get started on the recipe. I'm going to talk you through it and I'm going to show you through the beginning of this recipe. I'm going to tell you what I love about it. It's actually super easy and it's a great one as well if you want to make it in advance. Put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer, and then get it out and finish it when you want it. It's perfect, okay? And it's absolutely amazing. The kids asked for more, which I was really pleased about because I wanted to come online and show you how easy it is as well. So do say hi if you're watching on today. It shows Facebook, YouTube that you like this, engage in some way. But yeah, I'm excited to show you this recipe today. So Sesame chicken nuggets. It is from the US. If you can't find it, reach out. I'll help you set your filters so that you can find it. Now, when I go start cooking, the first thing it has there is it's got bread. As I said, I use oats. You'll see it's in ounces. Don't stress about that. Just use your scales and you'll see as I push the machine, you can see it goes up in ounces. If you're shopping for it, multiply by 3 and add a 0. So 3.5 ounces, that's going to be 10.5 and then add a 0. So like 150. I'm going to confuse myself. Maths is not my strong point. Let's just go about 100 grams, okay? Approximately 100 grams of oats into the machine, okay? If you need to do oats. If you've got breadcrumbs, do breadcrumbs. If we've got leftover bread, we will freeze it and then we can use it for breadcrumbs. But I don't have it today and I've got leftovers, so I'm just going to use that. Insert the measuring cup, 15 seconds, speed 9. You've made breadcrumbs. When you own a Thermomix, you will never buy breadcrumbs again. You can just make them. And if you don't have bread on hand, oats, seeds, nuts, those sorts of things instead. Transfer to a bowl and set aside. It wants you to do another 100 grams. As I said, don't do it all. It's too much. Transfer aside. Then they want you to put some sesame seeds in as well. All right, here we go. Now we're at the chicken part. That's where I want to start. This is what I want to show you. I have some swaps today because I haven't been shopping. Tonight is shopping night. First thing it's asking for is a clove of garlic. I am cheating. I am using garlic powder that actually has set. We have it, it's raining and overcast here today. With the humidity means that this stuff sets. if you get onto it early enough, you can use a fork and just shake it up a bit, okay? I have also been known to put boiling water into it to try and dissolve it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So about a teaspoon of garlic powder, or your garlic clove, or your garlic paste, whatever you've got, okay? Onion. I told you it's shopping night, I am all out. But I do thankfully keep on hand onion powder. I have the same trouble though. The onion is going really hard, the powder. So I've had to get in there with my little fork and give it a little wake up in there. So in that goes. I am swapping some things around in this recipe. I hope you can get the confidence to do that with your thermomixing as well. Know when you can kind of swap things around. Okay, parsley leaves. Thankfully, I've got that in the garden. If you don't have that in the garden, dry parsley, just put a teaspoon of that in, it'll be fine. Not even that, probably half a teaspoon. Now, it wants cheese. I'm going to skip the cheese. We didn't skip the cheese on the weekend and it was amazing. Kids loved it. Forgot to get it out in preparation. Just going to leave it out. Just save yourself that money. I would never use Gouda cheese, okay, because that's not something I would have in my pantry. I would use Parmesan. Or Tasty, or today nothing because I forgot to get it out. Okay, so totally up to you. It is only 60 grams, so it's only 3 tablespoons. It's not a huge amount of cheese. All right. Okay, 1 large egg. I have a yolk that needs using from making some ice cream over the weekend, some fruity dreams. I'm just going to put my yolk in there. This is our binder. If you can't do eggs, I would suggest a chia egg where you actually put chia seeds and water. Look how set that is. Whew. That would be my suggestion in there instead. Okay, next up. Yep, that's not going to come. That'll be okay. We'll just leave it there. Now we're going to put the lid on. Now we're going to blitz this up, and then we've got 2 ingredients plus some salt left to finish. I was looking around for the salt. I can't see the salt. I think the kids have taken it. I should be able to see the salt. Have you guys seen the chaos in my room? The kitchen is being renovated. This is now my pantry. I have a room pantry and we cook outside as well, which I'm really actually enjoying that process of cooking outside. But yes, I should be able to see salt. We've got about 3 canisters of salt somewhere. Scrape down the sides with a spatula, insert the measuring cup. So normally you've got garlic and onion in there and they are like a proper thing that has to be chopped. I only had parsley, so I'm not too worried. I'm not going to scrape down the sides. It smells amazing though. Okay, chicken breast. I don't have chicken breast. I have chicken thigh and half of it is frozen still. Okay, I'm not even going to be too particular on the weight. It says 16 ounces, so that's approximately 450 grams. I've got 15.7. Is that what that says? It's pretty close. I wouldn't go too much more. Only because if you go too much, you're going to get a really fine dice of mince in the bottom. You're mincing your meat, really. And the top's going to be chunky. Okay, so don't try and double this like that. Come back and make a second batch. Okay, but this is perfect for the freezer. This is going to make 2 rolls that we're going to steam. Then we're going to slice, coat in egg, coat in crumbs, and it says to fry them. I barbecued mine on the weekend and they were amazing. So it depends on what you like because you're actually only kind of searing the outside because the inside's already been steam cooked. These are so soft. They are melt in the mouth. They are amazing. Okay, in with the chicken. Some yogurt. If you can't do yogurt, which I was tempted, I've actually got yogurt with made at the moment. If you don't have yogurt, some coconut cream, sour cream, that sort of stuff, like anything like that, or just skip it. Like honestly, I don't think it would be a big deal to skip it out. 1 ounce, oh that was perfect. Some salt. That's what I was looking for before. I might have to add it in later off camera. I don't think I can see it easily. On with the lid. All right, now we're going to mince this down. 10 seconds, speed 4. Now I've got thigh. If you have chicken breast, there's no fat there holding breast together. That's why if you ever put breast in your curry, it shreds. Thigh doesn't, it holds together. I'm going to spin it up faster than speed 4. I'm going to take it all the way to speed 7 to make it a bit finer because I've got thigh. My thigh is slightly frozen though, which means it will slice better than if it was completely fresh. Okay, but it is a harder, denser meat. So I'm going to go to 4 and then I'm going to override it. just another thought on that. When it says about the salt that I can't find, you could use your veggie stock. Now, veggie stock then lifts the nutritional value because you've got all those veggies in there, but it's also going to add a beautiful flavour to it. I'm really annoyed that I can't find the salt. Okay, remove and divide the mixture into 2 equal parts. So, we have now minced our meat down. We are ready to go. You're actually now going to put it, it smells amazing. By the way, if you are dairy free and you're thinking, okay, Lisa skipped the cheese, she's put yogurt in it, swap your yogurt for the coconut cream. And if you do want to put something in place of cheese, you want to put in there your nutritional yeast. Okay, that will give you that cheesy flavour without the cheese. Okay, you'll get it from a health food shop. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to roll this up in here and we're going to steam it. So if you've never steamed meatloaf or chicken rolls before, like a terrine or something, oh my goodness, you are missing out. Okay, so it says to divide the mixture in half because they want you to have 2 small ones. If you have massive ones, I actually want to make that finer. Okay, I'm just going to pause there. Beauty of guided cooking is that you can look at it and go, nah, I want it a bit different. So I'm going to push the back arrow. I want to make it, yes, when we had it over the weekend, it was that texture. And what I found is because I'm a bit fast and doing things, I didn't want to wait for it to cool completely, which is what you need to do before you slice it to then coat it and fry it. It crumbled a little bit. If it's finer, more even further towards a mince, it's going to obviously when you cut it, not fall apart so easily. You're not going to hit a chunk and then it crumbles. So I'm just going to spin it up to speed 4 again. I'm going to go a bit further up to 7. Alright, and now we're going to roll it up. So to roll it into 2 equal parts, just going to roughly split it. Had little people outside the door before. Not sure what they wanted, but hopefully it wasn't important. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. And I'm going to make 2 logs with this. So you can see what I'm doing here with this camera. So just push it together. You could use your hands. Wet hands will do a really good job. I don't love touching my food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use the paper to pull it in. Or I might even use, I can push it together. So you're trying to just spin it out a bit and spread it out. Now if you like touching food, just use your hands, roll it up, okay? You're wanting to make it, like, think about chicken nuggets, about that size, okay? So bring your paper in, use your paper to shape it, lift. Okay. Now I'm just pushing it out. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Excuse the rattling paper, but that's what you're aiming for. Okay, something like that. If you want to make them smaller, obviously spread it a little to the ends. Okay, make it like a sausage. You can make it whatever shape and size you like. If you want it bite size, then perfectly bite size is good too. So, have a look at the shape. That looks good to me. Just going to put it in. Make sure you roll it up nice and firmly. This is not sprayed or anything. And then twist the ends like a bonbon. Okay, push them together. So you get a square end, so the end doesn't go to waste, and then fold it up. I'll show you what I did there on the other end. So just pinch it together like a bonbon, give it a little push towards itself, and then over the top. Try and get both ends over the top together so that they're both the same way, so that the juices don't leak out. So now, hey Linda, now what we're going to do is we're going to, obviously I've got to do another one. I'll do that off camera. You need your Vorwerk. You're going to put your rolls on your Vorwerk tray. Okay, you'll have 2 rolls on there and you're actually going to steam them over water. So you come to this step here, it says rinse out your mixing bowl, put 18 ounces, which is about 500-ish grams of water in there. Pop the Vorwerk in position. So that's when we then grab this and we do this and we do that. You have water in the bottom. And it's going to now steam for 18 minutes Vorwerk speed 1. When that's done, it needs to come aside to cool and let it cool. Okay, this is where on the weekend I rushed the process. I didn't let it cool, so when I sliced it, it crumbled when it hit a hard bit of meat, or not a hard bit, but you know, like a more well-cooked bit that was solid, where it hadn't diced down. So let it cool. And that's actually at that point that I would suggest freezing it. If you want to make this in advance, make it one evening, eat some for dinner as a meat roll, put the other in the freezer, literally in your baking paper once it's cooked, okay? Then it's ready for when you want it. You can actually take it out, chop it, put it in egg, put it in your flour mix, and fry it off and take it to your party. It's as simple as that. Preparation is half the key, right? So that's as simple as it actually is, all right? Then it tells you to beat the remaining 2 eggs. Use 1, don't use 2. We used 2, there was leftovers, too much leftovers. So coat the chicken nuggets in the flour, then the eggs. Oh, we went the other way. We went eggs and flour, but anyway. And then fry them off in hot oil, or in our case, on the barbecue, just a couple of minutes either side, get it golden, and they're done. Simple as that. Like, it is so incredibly easy to make healthy food with your Thermomix, which being organized, having a bit of forethought to it, easy. Okay, also the little swaps I showed you today. Remember, you don't have to stick exactly to the recipe. If you don't have that cheese, swap in a different type of cheese or leave it out altogether. No one is ever going to know. They're likely to know I've not put salt in this, okay? I wouldn't suggest leaving the salt out. I would suggest putting veggie stock in if you could. If you've got that on hand, I'd highly suggest about 1/4 teaspoon of veggie stock to lift that flavor. Don't put both in, just salt or veggie stock. But they're the ways you can make this recipe your own. Okay, so go over to Thermomixing Adventures and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I've actually already sent out this in the newsletter, so you'll be in line for the next month's one, but you won't, this one's already gone. You'll have to keep an eye out on the blog post that's coming out soon for this one. So this is all about bring a plate, being organized for when those times come, and actually making it from what you've got rather than having to go to the shops and go, oh, let's buy dip, let's buy crackers. What do I take? You can make it yourself. So I'm excited to show you this and work through this with you over the next few weeks. But otherwise, guys, take care. Let me know if I can support you with anything regarding your Thermomix. Here to answer your questions. And if you've got any problems, of course, reach out. I love to problem solve recipes with you. But otherwise, take care. I'm going to get this steaming. Keep an eye out for the photo later. Hi, Andrea. Lovely to see you as well. And I will see you for another video tomorrow. Bye for now.